Hello my dear students, welcome to my channel DigiTeach. I am Sanjukta Kar, a postgraduate teacher in computer science. Here in my channel, you will get all the videos of CBSE class 11th and 12th syllabus computer science with Python. In this video, I am going to describe about the core data type, that is list, and this list chapter is in your class 11 syllabus as well as in the class 12th also. So students, watch the video till end so that your doubt will be totally cleared and you can learn a lot about list. So students, watch the video, share it with your friends so that they will get benefit from my video, and comment it and subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed till now. And the most important part is you can ask your queries in my comment section so that it will be cleared in my upcoming videos. Thank you students. So let us discuss about that concept list and how can we manipulate the list data type. How can you create the list variable or list data type? Similarly, how can we store the data also, and how can we access the data? A list is a collection of comma separated values within a square bracket. Right students, that means how do you declare a list variable and how do you store values into a list variable. That means we have to store the values within square bracket and we have to separate each values from other by using comma operator. So in this way we can create a list variable, right students. Second point is list is an order sequence which is used to store multiple data at the same time. List is one order sequence like our string and tuple. That means indexing concept is there. With the help of index number we can access the element or elements from the list variable, and here we can store multiple data at the same time. Third point is list contains a sequence of heterogeneous elements which store integer, string as well as object, right? So list contains a sequence of heterogeneous element. What is the meaning of heterogeneous element, students? Dissimilar elements you can store inside a list variable, is not it? And you can store integer, now integers, positive may negative also, negative number also you can store, positive numbers also you can store, any float number also you can store, string also you can store. So you can just store any type of values inside a list variable, right? You can create a list from a tuple also. All the things we will see just practically, students, right? Fourth point is in Python lists can be created to put the elements separated by comma operator in square brackets. Already I told the same. How can you create a list variable? By using square bracket. You have to store the elements within square bracket and you have to use the comma operator to separate each elements, right? Next is accessing list. To access list elements, index number is used. So indexing concept is there. So we have to use the index number to access the elements from a list variable, and use the index operator to access the elements of the list. That means how can you use the index number within index operator? Index operator is which one? The square bracket start and square bracket close, and within the square bracket start and close, then here I need to write the index number to access the elements of a list variable. Next point is the index should be an integer. You should remember, students, integer means positive, may negative. So index should be an integer. Index 0 refers to the first element, 1 refers to the second element, and so on. That means there are basically two types of indexing concepts, students. One is forward indexing concept and second one is backward indexing concept. So for forward indexing concept starts from 0 to length minus 1, and backward indexing concept starts from minus 1 to minus length. Forward indexing concept starts from left to right. Backward indexing concept starts from right to left, right? So here you should remember, very important concept is this one. And last point is traversing a list. That means what do you mean by traversing a list? Traversing a list is a technique to access an individual element of that list. It is also called iterate over a list. That means, what is that meaning of traversing or traversal? That means if you want to access the element or elements from the list variable one by one, then this concept is known as traversing a list. So all the things we do practically, students. So here very important points, that list is what type of data type? Lists are mutable sequence of Python. We can change elements of a list in place. This one is very important point, students, that list is one mutable sequence of Python. That means list is what type of data type? Mutable data type. Here we can change element of the list in place. And to create a list, already I told that we have to use the square bracket. That is very important point. So after that we will discuss all the things practically. Next we will see some built-in functions also. So let us do the things practically, students. Okay, now we will discuss how do we create a list. आप लिस्ट कैसे बनाओगे? सी स्टूडेंट्स, लिस्ट बनाने की बहुत सारे तरीका है. फर्स्ट इज क्रिएट अ लिस्ट विथ नो एलिमेंट और मेंबर, दैट इज नॉन एज एम्प्टी लिस्ट. अगर आपके लिस्ट में कुछ भी एलिमेंट आप नहीं लिख रहे हो बट स्टिल यू वांट टू क्रिएट वन लिस्ट वेरिएबल, then at the time you have to use this method. First you write down the list variable name, then square bracket start and square bracket close. No value is there, right? तो इस तरह से आप एक ब्लैंक और एम्प्टी लिस्ट क्रिएट कर सकते हो. और इसका यूज़ भी हम अभी प्रैक्टिकली करेंगे स्टूडेंट्स. एम्प्टी लिस्ट का यूज़ कैसे हो सकती है, आप उसको चेक भी कर सकते हो, उसका वो एम्प्टी है या नहीं वो भी चेक कर सकते हो. Similarly, second way, that L equal to list method. List method is also used to create a list, but here no values are there, so this is also example of empty list. Second way is create a list with integer elements. Integer means both positive and negative numbers you can store. For example, list 1 equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, minus 50, minus 80, like that. Only integers I have stored. Similarly, create a list with numbers, both integer and floating numbers. That means fractional number is also there, like this. A list variable name equal to 1, 2, 3, 6.5, 7.8. In this way also you can store the values, mixed values, integer and float. Create a list with characters. Fourth way is, if you want to create a list with characters, characters means maybe alphabet or maybe any special symbol. That means if you want to store the characters, then at the time we have to use single quotes or double quotes, that you know. So in this way you can create the list with characters. Fifth way is create a list of strings. Strings means text, number of characters, that is list 1 equal to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. More than one characters are there in Python. One character is also known as string, more than one character is also known as string. Okay, so here these are the strings we have stored in list 1 variable. So in this way we can create a list of strings, right? Sixth way is create a list with mixed data types. Mixed data types means integer type of data we have stored, at the same time string type of data we have stored, float type of data also we have stored. That means at a time we can store different data types in a list variable. So this is the way, right students? So let us discuss practically, students, how do we create a list. Let us do practically how do we create a blank list. So L1 is my list variable name. Then only if I don't want to store anything, then here just I have to use the square bracket start and square bracket close. So in this way I can create a blank list variable. You can check that, you know, the type function is used to check the data type of any variable. So here what is the data type of L1? Now you can see this is the list type because we have used the square bracket start and square bracket close, right students? Similarly, second method is what? How do you create a blank list? Blank list variable. Here list method you will use, right? So list method is with you. So in this way also you can create a blank list, right? Here you can check what is the data type of L1. Now this time you will get, this is also list type, right students? Now next is what? So these are the ways to create a blank list. आप इस तरह से कोई भी blank list variable बना सकते हो. That means blank list or empty list means what? If you want to declare a variable, list type of variable, but at that time you need not to store any values or any values, right? Now next one is how can you create a list of integer elements. Okay, suppose L2 equal to within square bracket just integer elements. Integer means integer values are there, suppose 10, 11, 56, 70. So these are the integers, so no need to use any quotes because we are going to store the integer elements. So okay, both positive and negative integers you can store, suppose minus 90, similarly minus 76. So in this way you can store the elements, both positive and negative elements, within a list variable, right students? So next is what, how do you create the list variable of characters? So let us declare one list variable L3. So within square bracket, see students, within square bracket you have to store the characters. So characters means these are the strings, and you know that if you want to declare or if you want to store the string or strings, then we have to enclose within single quote or double quotes. Okay, so here A, next is B, next one is C. So in this way you can create the list of characters. Similarly, if you want to create the list of strings, then that also you can do in the same way. Just within square bracket we have to store our strings, and strings are separated from each other with comma operator. Suppose Sunday, then you have to put or use the comma operator. Similarly Monday. So in this way you can store the list variable of strings, right students? Then how do you create the mixed list type, mixed values, integer, float, and string, all the things? So here L5 equal to, within square bracket, suppose student roll number is 1, then name is Sahil, right, and marks, that is 98.5. So in this way we can store the mixed data types, mixed type of values in a list variable. So students, these are the ways. Now if you want to display the value of any list variable, suppose L5, just you need to write, I am doing that program in my ideally a cell mode. So here directly you can write, that is L5. So L5 contains 1 Sahil 98.5. Similarly, if you want to check what are the values, that values or value in that L1 data type, now you can see that one is blank type. Okay, so here L1 I have defined one L1 variable. Recently I have used the list methods, and here no value is there. So L1 is what type of list variable? That is one empty list variable. Now you can check what is the boolean value of L1, right students? If you have declared one empty variable, empty list variable, now you want to check what is the boolean value of that empty list variable. Now it will display as false, right students? Why false? Because L1 is what type of list variable? That is empty type. So there is no element, that means the answer is false. But if I want to check L5, L5 contains some values. Now you can check bool of L5. So here you can see the result, that is true. Why? Because L5 contains some values. That means the boolean value of L5 is true. But if your list variable is one empty type of variable, then if you will check that boolean value of L1 or empty value variable, then at the time you will see the result is false. Hope all of you understood that how can you create different list variables, right students? Next is types of lists. So here already we have discussed how can you create different list variables. Okay, now types of list part we will discuss one long list, and second is one nested list. Okay, what is that long lists? Here you can use several lines to enter many elements of a list variable. That means अगर आपके लिस्ट में एलिमेंट्स जो है बहुत सारे हैं, तो एक लाइन पे वो आएगा नहीं, सेकेंड लाइन थर्ड लाइन पे वो कंटिन्यू हो रही है, देन इट इज़ पॉसिबल स्टूडेंट्स. बट हियर दैट लिस्ट इज नॉन एज लॉन्ग लिस्ट. दैट मीन्स सेवरल लाइन्स में आपकी वैल्यूज आप स्टोर कर सकते हो. And what is about your nested list? A list can have an element in it which itself has a list. Okay, if you declare a list inside a list variable, then that is known as nested list. Okay, for example, L1 equal to 3 4 5. 3 is one individual element, 4 is individual element, 5 is also individual element, but here another element, that is one list type of element, that is 10 comma 20, and after that 7 is individual element, 8 is an individual element, right? So this is an example of nested list. If we declare a list within a list, then that part is known as nested list. Let us discuss both the concepts practically. That means how can we declare a long list variable, and how can we declare the concept of nested list, right? Okay students, so let us discuss how do you create a long list type of variable. Suppose L1 equal to square bracket start, then write the element or elements, suppose 5 comma 6. If you want to change the line, several line, you can store the element, suppose 12, then 30. So just write down the elements. Okay, after that you have to close the square bracket. So in this way you can store the elements in a list variable within several lines. So this is the example of long list. Okay, and what is about that nested list? How do you declare a nested list? Already I told now, a list can have an element in it, and which itself is a list, then that is known as nested list. If I am saying that L1 equal to suppose 10 comma 20 comma 30, now is it one example of nested list? No, ये एक nested list है ही नहीं, क्योंकि इसमें जो भी एलिमेंट्स आपने स्टोर किया है वो सब इंडिविजुअल एलिमेंट है, राइट स्टूडेंट्स? बट अगर आपका लिस्ट वेरिएबल पे आप इंडिविजुअल एलिमेंट्स अगर आपको स्टोर करना है, देन यू कैन स्टोर, एंड बट ऐसा भी एलिमेंट आप स्टोर कर सकते हो जो खुद एक लिस्ट होगा. दैट मीन्स इफ यू डिक्लेयर अ लिस्ट विदिन अ लिस्ट, then that one is one list variable, nested list variable. Suppose here 10 20. Okay, so 10 20 I have stored inside the square bracket again, so that is one list itself. Then 90, so this L2 is what type of list variable? This is the example of nested list, because here individual element also we have stored, and another list also I have stored in that L2 variable. So this is the example of nested list. If you declare one list inside a list, then that is the example of nested list. Hope all of you understood what is that nested list and how do you declare a nested list. You can see L2 equal to, now you can see the list values, that is 30 40 60 within square bracket 10 comma 20, after square bracket close 90 is there. So this is the example of nested list. Next concept, next is what? Creating list from existing sequences, right? Already we have seen how do you create the list variables using simple concepts, but here we can create the list from existing sequences also. Sequences data types, you know, string, tuple, list itself also. Okay, so from the string also you can create a list, from tuple also you can create the list, using input function we can create the list, but here list method we have to use. And fourth is using eval function. Eval function is also there, that is creation of list from user input eval function, and this method can be used to accept tuple from user which can be converted to list using list method. तो आप यहाँ पे eval function यूज कर सकते हो, बट स्टूडेंट्स यू नीड टू रिमेंबर, जब भी आप eval function यूज करके एलिमेंट्स आप रिसीव कर रहे हो, तो वो जो एलिमेंट्स रिसीव हो रही है जिस वेरिएबल पे, वो वेरिएबल खुद एक टपल हो जाएगी, राइट स्टूडेंट्स? एंड टपल से फिर आप लिस्ट कन्वर्ट कर सकते हो यूजिंग लिस्ट मेथड, बट यू शुड रिमेंबर दैट eval मेथड इज यूज टू एक्सेप्ट values in the form of tuple only. Okay, so let us discuss the concepts practically, students. That means how can we create a list from existing sequence? Okay, so here first I want to discuss how do you create a list from a string. So very simple, students. Suppose s is one variable and s contains number of characters, so it is also known as string. Suppose computer. Okay, so s is what type of variable? String type of variable. You have the type method so that you can check the type of that s variable, data type, right? So if you want to check the data type of s variable, then you use the type method. But here s is one string type of variable because it contains computers. More number of characters are there, and I already used the double quotes, right? Now I want to create a list from this string. Okay, so list variable name equal to L1, L1 equal to list method I have to use, and after that I will use that s variable name itself. That means I am going to create one list variable name is L1 from the string value. String means s is what type of variable? String type of variable. So you can just create a list from this string. Okay, so let us display the elements of this L1 variable. Now you can see, if you have created the list from a string, then now you can see all the individual characters of the string now is the individual element of the list variable. So now L1 contains COMPUTER. So in this way you can create a list from a string. Second method is what? Suppose L2 variable equal to, directly also you can create a list from string. Suppose here I want to display hello. Hello is what? Hello is a string. Now I want to create the list from this string literal. Now I have not used the string variable name. Here I have used the string literal. Hello is what? String literal. So आप कोई string literal से भी directly आप list create कर सकते हो. Now you can see your L2 contains HELLO. So from in this way you can create a list from string, right students? Now next we will see how do you create a list from tuple, because you know that string is sequence data type, tuple is also sequence data type. So how will you create a list from tuple? Now we will see the same method. Tuple से कैसे आप list create करोगे? Suppose one tuple variable, here I am going to create t1. t1 equal to here students you need to remember, in tuple we will use parenthesis. Okay, round bracket start, round bracket close, and here I need to just write the elements. Okay, so 10, 20, 30, 40. Suppose 4 elements are there in this tuple variable, that is t1. How could you confirm that this one is the tuple variable? So you can check the type of t1. आपके पास टाइप फंक्शन है स्टूडेंट्स, आप किसी भी वेरिएबल का किसी भी वैल्यू का डाटा टाइप चेक कर सकते हो. तो ये क्या हो गई आपकी टपल टाइप है. तो t1 आपका एक टपल टाइप वेरिएबल है, बिकॉज यहाँ पे भी एक इम्पोर्टेंट कंसेप्ट है कि आप राउंड ब्रैकेट यूज कर रहे हो, पैरेंथेसिस यूज हो रही है यहाँ पे. ओके, लिस्ट में स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट यूज होगा, टपल में राउंड ब्रैकेट यूज होगा. अब आप इस टपल से कैसे अपना लिस्ट बना सकते हो? सपोज योर लिस्ट वेरिएबल नेम इक्वल टू L3. L3 equal to list method we will use. Then I have to just provide the name of tuple variable, that is t1. So here in this statement I am going to create a list variable from a tuple type of variable. Okay, so here you can see what are the elements now. Now you can see now L3 contains the list of values because square bracket is already there. Okay, so within square brackets we have already stored the values. So now L3 is what type of variable? L3 is your list type of variable. So in this way you can create a list from tuple data type. Hope all of you understood the concepts, right? Next part is how will you use that list method with input function. Okay, so here input function, you know that input function returns a string. Suppose L5 equal to list method we have to use. List method students, you need to remember list method is used to declare a list type of variable. Okay, now list, after that input, so we will use input function here. Enter the elements. Okay students, here what I have used the input function. After that I have typecasted it into list method. Okay, so list method I have used, but initially input function I have used. So input function always returns a string, right? You need to remember. So here when I execute this statement, that Python will ask me that enter the elements. So here suppose 1 2 3 4 5. Now you can see already that 1 2 3 4 5 I have given, but actually this 1 2 3 4 5 is one string data type. Okay, now you can see L5 contains 1 2 3 4 5. That means when you use the input function with list method, at the time what you are doing, actually you are creating a list from the string only. Okay, this method you are creating a list from the string. So here this one is one method, and second one is this one is also one method, and third one is in this way also you can create a list from a string. That means input function always returns a string. Whatever the values you are entering, that does not matter. If you are entering integer values, then that is also behaved as string. If you are using string type of values, character type of values, then that is also known as string. Okay, so in this way you can create the list variable, right students? Now we will see how do we use the eval method. So here one t variable, t equal to eval and input enter the values, right? So eval input enter the values. So here just write the values 1 2 3 4 5 6 like this. Now you can check what is the data type of t, then only you can confirm that what is the return type of eval method. So type of t is tuple type, student. This one is very important part, that if we are using the eval method with input function, now this time that variable is itself one tuple type. Okay, now you can convert, you can just typecast it into list type. How will you do that? Suppose L6 is one list variable name, then list method we will use, then list, and t is what? T is one tuple type. Now you can see L6 is what type of variable now? That is our list type of variable, because square bracket start, square bracket close. Within square brackets already our datas are there. And another way is also there, the type function you can use to display the data type of L6. So students, here so many ways we have discussed. That means how can you declare the list type of variable from string, from tuple, and by using list method, by using eval method, by using list plus input method. So all these ways are there. You can create a list variable in Python. Hope all of you understood the concepts very clearly. So let us discuss the next concept. Next concept is very important, students, because here this one is list indexing. That means how can we access element or elements from a list? Is not it? Already now you know how do you create a list with elements और वैल्यूज और डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ वैल्यूज. सो अगर आपको आप वैल्यूज कैसे स्टोर कर सकते हो ये आपको समझ में आ गया, देन यू शुड नो हाउ कैन यू एक्सेस द एलिमेंट्स फ्रॉम द लिस्ट ऑल्सो. ओके, सो हियर very important concepts are there. Indexing concepts. Okay, already we have discussed that indexes are there. That means in list we will use two type of indexing concepts. One is forward indexing concept and another one is backward indexing concept, right? So here this one is a very simple list variable, list one. Very small small number of elements are there. So here 12 3 43 23 33 65. Only how many elements are there? 6 elements already there. Okay, so here in this diagram now you can see that 12 3 43 23 33 65 values are there. And indexing concepts, that means index number starts from 0 to length minus 1, length of the list minus 1. That is known as forward indexing concept. And what is that backward indexing concept? Backward indexing concept starts from minus 1 to minus length. This one is very important concept, students. Okay, so here backward indexing, very last element having the index number -1. In forward indexing, that is starting from 0 to length -1 of the list. So here index number 0, that in index number 0 12 element is there, very first element is there. Next index number 1 second element is there, index number 2 third element is there, index number 4 fifth element is there, and index number 5 sixth element is there. Okay, so students, here in forward indexing concept starts from 0 to length of the list -1, and backward indexing concept starts from -1 to minus length. How can you confirm that what is the length of the list? Just count the total elements. So here how many elements are there? 6 elements are there. So length of the list is known as 6. Right students? So forward indexing concept starts from 0 to 6 minus 1, that is 0 to 5, and backward indexing concept starts from -1 to -6. 6 is the length. So in this way you can access the element or elements. Then how can you access? Already I discussed that using index operator. Which one is known as index operator? This square bracket start and square bracket close. So using index operator you can access the element or elements from the list variable. So here list variable name is list1. If I will write list1 of 0, how will you read this students? This particular concept you need to read list1 of 0. So 0 index number 12 is there, so 12 will come. List1 of 1 3 is there, so 3 will come. List1 of 2 43 is there. List1 of 3 23 is there. List1 of 4 33 is there. List1 of 5 65 is there. So this is the forward indexing concept. Let us discuss the backward indexing concept. If I will write list1 of -1 65 is there, then list1 of -2 33 is there. Similarly list1 of -3 23 is there. List1 of -4 43 is there. List1 of -5 3 is there, and list1 of -6 12 is there. So in this way we can access the elements from a list variable one by one. Right students? So indexing concept is very important. So let us discuss the concept practically. So students, let us discuss the list variable name as L1. L1 contains, that is our 12, 3, 43, then 23, then 33, then 65. Right students? So here just you know that how can you check the length of the list variable? Len function is there, just you can use the len of L1. Now you can see total number of elements are 6. Okay, so let us use the forward indexing concept. As we know that forward indexing concept starts from 0 to minus, that is length -1. So in 0 index number 12 is there, is not it? 1 index number 3 is there, 2 index number 43 is there, 3 index number 23 is there, 4 index number 33 is there, and 5th index number 65 is there. So let us access the elements, that is L1 of 0. L1 of 0, sorry, L is not there. Actually I have declared the list variable name as L1. So L1 of 0, that is 12. Similarly L1 of 1, that is 3. Similarly L1 of 2, that is 43. In this way you can access the elements from the list variable. Similarly L1 of 5, okay, length -1, that is 5, then you can get the last element. So this is about your forward indexing concept. Next let us discuss backward indexing concept. Backward indexing concept starts from L1 of -1. So -1 index number, that one is last element having the index number -1 in backward indexing concept. So that is 65 will come. Similarly L1 of -2, second last element you will get, that is 33, and L1 of -3. So here you will get the next 23. Similarly L1 of length is your 6. So here -6, then very first element you will get. Right students? So in this way you can access the elements from a list variable by using either backward indexing concept or forward indexing concept. Hope all of you understood the concept. आज हमने क्या डिस्कस किया स्टूडेंट्स? हाउ कैन यू क्रिएट अ लिस्ट वेरिएबल, what are the types of list variable or list type of variable, and how can you access the elements from the list variable. That means we have discussed about the indexing concept, right? That is very important concept, forward indexing concept and backward indexing concept. So students, next video I will discuss about very important concepts again, that is slicing concept and what is the meaning of mutable data type, right? Because list is what type of data type? List is mutable data type. So next class we will discuss what is about that mutable data type, and slicing concept also we will discuss. So students, next just wait